Hey everyone, so today we're gonna cover in this video we're gonna cover these two lessons. Lesson 5.1 Systems of Linear Equations and lesson 5.2 is Matrix Solution of Linear Systems. I would like to start with what's the linear equations. Linear equation, when you have two equations like this, they are called linear equations, and today we will learn how to solve them, how to solve system of equations. All right, and there are so many ways to solve them, and today I will show you this four way. By using those way, and we're gonna solve system of equations. Okay, and I would like to start with substitution way. So substitution way means like we are gonna get one of the variable alone and plug in the other equation, and also you can see over here the long definition of it. But let's have a look at the example. It's gonna make much more sense. So like, as you see here, that's my first example. But if you see T here, which means that's the teacher's turn, teacher will work on this one, show you how to do. But when you see those as there, so it's student's turn and you're gonna work on those. So let's solve this equation by substitution method. So as you see, 3x 2y equals 11, negative x plus y equals 3. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get one of the variable alone, x or y, it doesn't matter. But as you see here on the second equation, I can get y alone easily. If I add x to both sides, let me see what happens. Negative x, positive x cancel each other, y equals 3 plus x. Alright? Like my number one goal is get one variable alone. I did this one. I'm gonna take this and plug in the first equation. I know what y is right now, right? Like y is 3 plus x. Let's plug in there. So 3x plus 2y, but I know what y is, 3 plus x. Let's plug in there, 3 plus x equals to 11. And let's solve this out, right? Let's distribute, right? 3x, 2 times 3, 6. 2 times x, 2x equals 11. Let's add combined like term, 3x plus 2x, 5x plus 6 is 11. It's just regular algebra. So minus 6, minus 6, they cancel each other. 5x equals 5. 5x equals 5. So if we divide both sides by 5, we should get x equals 2. So great, we got x equals 1. So I'm almost there, I'm almost done with solving this system. But I'm missing y, right? So to solve y, I can go to either equation. I can plug in here, I can plug in here, I can plug in here. But this equation seems the easiest one to work with. I'm gonna take this one and plug in here. And we can see y clearly. So y equals 3 plus 1. So y equals to 4. So as you've seen, solution of this system is x equals 1 and y equals 4. That's my answer. That's my solution. Let's have a look at those examples. And let me solve one of them, but the others I want to solve. I want you to pause the video and try to solve those. Let's say like on this one, so like, let's get one of the variable alone, x or y. It's hard to work on here, but here we can do easily. Let's do like plus x here, right? Or can I? But let me. I will not do this one. So you can do this one. This is so similar to the one I just did. So here, let's get x or y alone. But here it's hard to work on this one. Let's work here. So I can get x here so easily. If I add y to both sides, I can so easily. They cancel each other. X equals 13 plus y. Here we are. I get x alone. I'm gonna take this and plug in here, and let's see what happens. 3 times, I know what x is, 13 plus y, right? and then plus 4y equals 4. And let's solve this. Distribute first. 3 times 13, 39. 3 times y, 3y plus 4y equals 4. So 39, 3y, 4y should be 7y equals 4. So let's subtract 39 from both sides. They cancel each other. 7y equals to negative 35. If we divide both sides by 7, so we can get that y equals negative 5. So we are good, right? That's my first answer. Y equals negative 5. And as of right now, let's take this and plug in here to see what x is, right? Let me change my color. So x equals 13 plus y, which is negative 5. So this x is going to be 8, right? Here we are. So we saw for question 8, x should be 8 and y should be equal to negative 5. But guys, pause the video right now. I want you to have a try this one and this one, please. Also, those are kinds of extra practice. Right? And second way to solve system of linear equations is elimination method. So in this one, as it sounds, we are going to eliminate some variables so we can see the other one. Let me show you what I mean on my first example. Let's say we got x plus y equals 20, x minus y equals 10. So in this way, we are going to try to eliminate some variables. So I hope you've seen that if I add them, those y will eliminate each other. They're going to cancel each other. Let's do so. X plus x, 2x. But y minus y is cancel each other, is gone, equals to 20 plus 10 is 30. So thanks to this way, I got rid of y. I just get x alone. I'm cool. So let's solve this one. If we divide both sides by 2, I get x equals 15. So it's gone. Great. So my second step should be take this, go to either equation. You can go to first one or second one, doesn't matter. So let's pick the first one, x plus y equals 20. As of right now, I know what x is, which is 15, plug in there. 15 plus y equals 20. So if I subtract 15 from both sides, I see that y should be equal to 5. So that's my answer. So y should be equal to 5, x should be equal to 15. Answer of this system is those. And please pause the video here. I want you to have a try to solve these two equations. And here, so sometimes it's not that easy to eliminate them. So sometimes we gotta do some work here. So if we look at here, 3x minus y equals negative 4, x plus 3y equals 12. If we add them here, nothing disappear, nothing cancel each other, nothing eliminate. Like 4x, 2y, nothing eliminate, right? I'm gonna do something like this. I have a 3y here, but if I had a negative 3y here, it would be great, right? They will cancel each other. So I will try to do so. So that's why I'm going to try multiply the first one by 3. Every single term should be times by 3. Well, let's see what we got. So 3 times 3, it should be 9x, right? 3 times negative y should be negative 3y. 3 times negative 4 should be negative 12. So that's my. So let's work with these two equations right now. I hope you've seen that thanks to this, these two will disappear. These two will eliminate each other. 3y. Let's add them. That's what happens. 3y minus 3y cancel each other, right? These two cancel each other. So let's see what we got. X plus 9x should be 10x equals 12 plus negative 12. Oh, it's 0. So let's divide both sides by 10. They cancel each other. X equals 0 divided by 10 should be 0. So x equals 0. That's my first answer. And then so that we can go to like any equation you want. You can go to this equation here, or you can go to this one, or you can go to this one. You can plug in either equations. But I want to work with second one, which seems easier. Let me pick this one here. So x plus 3y equals 12. I know what x is, like plug in there, 0 plus 3y equals 12. Like 0 plus 3y, it just, 0 is nothing there. 3y is 12, so divide both sides by 3, so y should be equal to 4. That's my answer. So x should be equal to 0 and y should be equal to 4. So those are my solutions. And one more time, please pause the video here. I want you to have a try this. Okay, that's the last part of the elimination method. I'm going to show you one example of it. Like sometimes it takes extra work to eliminate them. It's hard to eliminate them. So like let's have a look at here. Like here, negative 4y, 3y. It's so hard to eliminate them. But I wanna try something like this. Like let's multiply both of them by, let's say, by 3. This one is multiplied by 4. So thanks to this, I'm gonna have here negative 12y, but here I'm gonna have positive 12y, and they will cancel each other. So let's do so. Let's multiply this one. Like every single term should be times by 3. 3 times 3, 9x, 12y equals 3 times 1 is 3. Second equation, let's times by 4, every single term. 4 times 2x, 8x. 4 times 3y should be 12y equals to 4 times 12 should be 48. So as of right now, I'm so glad to see these two. So I got their negative 12y, positive 12y. They will cancel each other. So here, let's see what we got. 9x plus 8x should be 17x equals to, let's look at this side, 3 plus 48 should be 51. So if we divide both sides by 17, these two cancel each other. So x should be equal to 3, I believe, right? Yes, 3. X equals 3. And that's my first answer. And then we can go to any equation we want to plug in back. X equals 3. Like you can plug in here, here, or even those equations, it doesn't matter. Let's pick the bottom one. 2x, 3y equals 12. I know what x is, plug in here. 2 times 3 plus 3y equals 12. This is going to be 6 plus 3y is 12. So subtract 6, 3y equals 6. And if we divide both sides by 3, those cancel each other. Y should be equal to 2. So answer of this system of equations is x equals 3, y equals to 2. Alright. So, and then let's move on to the next part of this lesson. So how do we end up? That's a good question here. So like so far we solved them and we got x equals 3, y equals 2, right? X equals 0, y is 4. Like so far we solved them and we got the answers, all right? And that's how we end up, right? Like here, like we got solved them, we got the answer, very good. But sometimes at the end of the work, you will end up with something weird. Okay, what do we do in that case? Let's say you work on the equations, you end up something like this, 0 equals 5, which is doesn't make sense, right? So like, and then they have like special answers. So like in this case, if we end up with something wrong, like 0 is not equal to 5, 1 is not equal to 2, 3 is not equal to 5. So on those cases, we're gonna say that we have like no solution. All right, if you end up with something wrong. But if you end up with something like this, 10 equals 10, yeah, that's right. 5 equals 5. Yeah, it's right. 3 equals 3. Yeah, that sounds good. So in those cases, we're gonna say that we have infinitive solution. Okay, let me show you what it means. Okay, let's work on this one. So to solve this one, let me do, like, we can use here elimination method. I have a 4y here. If I had a negative 4y here, they would cancel each other. So this one, let's times by 2. So let's see what we got. Okay. So it's going to be 2 times 3x should be 6x. 2 times negative 2y, negative 4y, and 2 times 4 is 8. And let's add them up. Let's see what we got. Negative 6x, positive 6x, cancel each other. 4y minus 4y, cancel each other. So we got nothing left here, so we got a 0 here. But on this side, 7 plus 8, we got 15. So as you see, like 0 is not even equal to 15, right? Like that's wrong. So this is wrong, right? So we end up with something here, as you see here. So my conclusion should be like no solution. This system of equation has no solution. Okay. So if we end up with answers like numbers, we are fine. But sometimes if we end up with something wrong, something doesn't make sense, so we're gonna say that it has no solution. All right. So let me show you one more example. So in this case, again, let's solve, let's see what we got. So again, negative 2y here and y here. So let's me like times this one by 2. So first equation is 8x 2y equals negative 4. This one let's times by negative 2. 2 times negative 4x, negative 8x. 2 times y is 2y equals 2 times 2 is 4. Let's add them up. Let's see what we got. 8x minus 8x cancel each other. Here, negative 2y, positive 2y cancel each other. Like everything is gone. So 0 equals to, on this side, negative 4 plus 4 is 0 as well. Let me, okay. 0 equals 0. Oh, look, we end up with something right. Like 0 equals 0. Yeah, it's right. It sounds fine, right? So if you end up with something like this, we're gonna say it has infinitely many solutions. Okay, it has infinitive solution. So that's my answer for this question. So let's move on to the next part. Yeah, before we move on, please pause the video, have a try to solve those questions, please. So next part, well, we can also solve those equations by graphing them. Okay, folks, by graphing. So let's say I got this system of equation, 2x minus y equals 2, x plus y negative 2. We're gonna graph them and we're gonna see intersection point. Intersection point. So that point is going to be my answer. Like as you see here, that's your intersection point, right? So which means like that's my answer. Which means like here, x should be equal to 0. If you have ordered pair, you know that first one should be x, second one should be y, and then y should be equal to negative 2. That's my answer, and that's the, I believe, easiest way to solve this system of equations, by graphing. So sometimes we graph them and they never touch each other, they don't have an intersection point, and we're gonna say that they have no solution. And also at the same time, there are some equations when we graph them, like they're on each other. That's my first graph. If you graph second one, you will get same thing as well. So they're on each other, they have been touching each other infinitely. So like we're gonna say that they have infinitely many solutions. So how do we graph? How do we graph? So this is a substitution way, but let's just cancel this. I want to show you how easy it is. First of all, we're gonna use this website, Desmos. Okay, so let's go to Google first. Okay, we go to Google. Oops. And we do Desmos. Go desmos.com. You go to this website and let's graph. Okay, desmos.com. Let me type here. Let me write here desmos.com. And you just start graphing. My first one is what? 3x 2y equals 11. Let's just type 3x plus 2y equals 11. That's my first one. Second one is negative x plus y equals 2, 3. We're gonna just graph. As you've seen, I got my graphs. So as you see, my intersection point is here. So as you see, like if you just go over it, it's gonna pop out. So as you see, 1 and 4. So which means, so x, so intersection point is 1 and 4, which means x should be equal to 1, y should be equal to 4. So that's my answer of it. All right. So let me show you like one more example of this one. Let's say x plus y equals 10, x minus y equals, let's say it's 4. Again, I'm gonna do, let me put that t as a teacher's question. And let's see what happens. X plus y equals 10. So let me just get rid of this. X plus y equals 10. Second one is x minus y equals 4. And we just graph it, right? Okay, great. So let me see, where's my intersection point, which is over here. If you just go on it, oh, it's 7, 3. That's my answer, 7 and 3. Let me write over here 7 and 3. That's my answer, which means x should be equal to 7 and y should be equal to 3. That's my answer. So go to Desmos, graph them, see the intersection point, and that's your answer. Okay. And lastly, I want you to pause the video here, have a try those. All right then. But again, if you want, you can do substitution way, or you can elimination way, or you can do graphing way, which is fine. Okay. And the last way, another way was like by using matrix solution. Also, like so far we have solved system of equations by substitution, using substitution way, by using elimination way. Also we have solved them by graphing. There's like one more way is by using matrix solution, but I believe we got so many different and easy ways. I don't want to move on to this part, and I will end up my video here. But matrix solution, we're not gonna cover it. Alright, we have so many different ways which work super fine. Right.